South central Utah is one of the least visited and most isolated parts of the entire state. To most people's surprise, this part of the state has some of the most unique scenery in the world. The Capitol Reef National Park and surrounding areas are truly some of Utah's most hidden gems that should not be missed. Join Rachel and I in part 2 of our Utah road trip, wrapping up the final day in Moab and heading to Capitol Reef National Park, where we experience off-roading through all sorts of terrains, unique wildlife encounters including petting of wild deer, and experiencing areas that truly look like other worlds. Hope that you enjoy this video. After our very eventful first 2 days in the Moab area, we decided to change plans a little bit. Alright, so today we're heading into Moab. We're taking a little break because we were running ourselves a little ragged past 2 days. So today we will be just going around the Moab area, and then after that we will head to Capitol Reef National Park tomorrow. We decided to get breakfast at the Moab Garage Company. This spot has a great view of the downtown.
We're just shopping right now. We went and we both got tripods.
Yeah, because mine broke in Mesa Arch. So it's not working. Even though this was our 3rd day in Moab, we had barely seen the downtown at all. We were rushing to see as much of the national parks as we could in the first 2 days. So today we decided to check out some shops and relax a bit before leaving Moab the next day. By the way, the local artists in Moab are truly amazing. Check out this fantastic piece.
Yo, that's crazy.
After hanging around in downtown Moab for a little while, we regained our adventurous spirit and decided to head down to the Utah-Colorado border. On the way down there, we came across something that we had to stop for.
I'll tell you this, the In-N-Out, it's open very late, so it gets points for that. Yeah. But it's not very good.
Let's go check this
out. I don't know
out.
if this is just because...
Directly south of Moab and right off of Highway 191, you can find this unique string of gift and souvenir shops. This place has all sorts of fun little jokes and decorations. I'm looking for Bigfoot, apparently. Bigfoot is this way. Oh, wow. Guess that's a pretty big foot. After enjoying the shops for a little bit, we headed to the nice petting zoo that they offer on the other side of the hole in the rock. If you want, you could pay an extra few bucks to get some food to feed the animals. This was a small roadside petting zoo, yet it honestly was way better than we expected. There's longhorn bulls, cows, goats, sheep, peacocks, camels, llamas, and a few other animals as well.
Oh, damn.
As you could probably tell from the videos, Cooper is my absolute favorite. I mean, how could you not love this sweet camel? After enjoying our time in the zoo, we finally headed towards the border. Once we arrived at the famous Life Elevated sign at the border of Utah, we obviously had to take a couple pictures and videos to celebrate. We originally were going to turn back after taking a picture with the sign, but then we found ourselves just a little bit further in one of the most pretty places that we had seen on the entire trip, the western slope of Colorado. The western slope of Colorado encompasses about 33% of the state, but has just 10% of the state's residents. This region lies just west of the Rocky Mountains. Seeing the giant cascading Rockies off in the distance, mixed with all different layers of scenery with green pastures, red cliffs from Utah, and a whole lot of cows for some reason, it provided a very unique experience on this trip. After barely finding towns with more than 100 residents after driving for 2.5 hours, we decided to finally turn around. This day was the least eventful day of our entire road trip, yet that feeling of serenity Rachel and I got from the endless roads with not a car in sight, the scenery that just wouldn't stop getting better and better, made for the best spur-of-the-moment decision we'd ever made. I will truly never forget how fun it was just driving around aimlessly in the middle of nowhere. Oh yeah, also as soon as we crossed back into Utah, we saw a ton of deer, like 50.
There's two, big.
In the span of less than 2 miles, we saw 3 bucks, some having 8 points. After that, we went back to Moab and got ready to leave the next morning. I got the breakfast sandwich. This looks very nice. Rachel got the big breakfast. We're leaving Moab now, leaving our beautiful hotel behind, and we're heading to Capitol Reef National Park. Along the way, we're going to hit a couple stops like Goblin Valley and Hanksville, and some of the stuff in that area. We'll keep you all updated. See you later. Goblin Valley is one of the most popular state parks in Utah, located about 12 miles from Hanksville, right off of Highway 24. We only stopped in this park for about 45 minutes, but it made for quite a worthy stop. Goblin Valley features mushroom-shaped hoodoos. It has some of the largest concentration of hoodoos on Earth, excluding Bryce Canyon National Park. The distinct shape of these rocks result from an erosion-resistant layer of rock atop a relatively softer sandstone, similar to how arches are formed. Here's some of my photos of the inner Goblin Valley. This place is really nice. We're here in the winter, so there isn't really anybody here besides a few other people somewhere on the other side of the valley. But note to self, if you come in the summer, this is a pretty accessible state park. So a lot of people might come into this valley, but because you can walk anywhere in the valley, you can get away from people very easily. Very serene, though. Very quiet here today. Yeah, it's a nice little stop.
Mm-hmm.
After leaving Goblin Valley, we headed towards Hanksville, Utah, and the surrounding area, where we decided to spend most of the rest of our day there. The area we are driving to doesn't have any GPS coordinates. There's very little information on this area besides Factory Butte, the main attraction of the area. From Highway 25, take the Coal Mine Road past the entrance to Swing Arm City. It's a little rest stop with some bathrooms. After that, you will be in what is referred to as the Upper Blue Hills, a vast, open, off-roading paradise with very unique scenery. Factory Butte is a 6,300-foot tall summit in the Upper Blue Hills. Not much is known about this structure. Early settlers named it Factory Butte because it looks like a huge factory building.
It's like blue. Dude, this is blue.
So we are at Factory Butte. We are out in the middle of nowhere, about 10-20 miles from Hanksville. This place is a vast open wilderness. We'll show some videos. But if you have a four-wheel drive car, which we do, and it's not too bad if you just watch it after, this is a wonderful, wonderful place to come see. We're heading to Moonscape Overlook after this, and maybe if we get lucky, the Bentonite Hills, aka Mars. If you guys ever get a chance, please do come out here. It's awesome. There's Rachel down there, making her way up. We'll see you at the Moonscape. For the life of us, we couldn't find Moonscape Overlook. There are literally no named roads that go to it. But besides that, we still found some amazing areas that sure looked like the surface of the moon to me. There were so many wide-ranging colors and endless views that looked like they were from another world. We didn't see a single car while driving on this road the entire time. After this, we headed to the Bentonite Hills. If you search Cathedral Valley OHV Trailhead on Google Maps, it will show you the entrance to a 4x4 only road that takes you to what is referred to online as the Bentonite Hills.
Okay, so if this is a little bit of a bumpy recording, it's because I'm grabbing the oh shit handle, but we're about to go into a river.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Real?
Jesus Christ. He is my Lord and Savior. Oh my God!
This was probably the dumbest thing we did on the entire trip, but it was pretty fun and a good memory, and we made it through fine. Yeah, that was about a foot or two.
Oh!
We're okay.
We're okay!
The trail led us to these stunning Bentonite Hills that were extremely colorful that we had all to ourselves. The layers of these hills were formed during the Jurassic period when sediment deposited into swamps and lakes, creating bentonite clay, aka altered volcanic ash. Repeated cycles of absorbing water and then drying results in this popcorn-like appearance. After spending over an hour in the hills, the sun was starting to set, so we decided to drive through Capitol Reef National Park to Torrey, Utah, where we were staying the night. Here is our room. Got a nice couch. It's very nice and homey. Got a carpet with some old paintings. We got our bathroom with a nice coffee maker. Here. Pretty solid view. Capitol Reef National Park, according to the National Park Service, is one of the most pristine skies in the entire country to stargaze. I would highly recommend stargazing in Capitol Reef to get photos like we did. It was amazing.
Hello.
Heading to Capitol Reef today. We had a little bit of a detour because we lost the camera charger. We got it all back. We're going to be back on the road. See you at Capitol Reef. Our first stop was Chimney Rock, which was actually our stargazing spot the prior night. Chimney Rock is a 300-foot tall red sandstone formation that makes for an excellent stargazing spot. I would know, we were there last night. There is also a 3.5-mile long trail that can take you to better views, but we had only half a day in this park, so we saved it for better things.
I just started recording.
Stargazed here last night. Couldn't see a damn thing.
And I was very scared.
It was a little nerve-wracking at first because it was very dark. Most Easterners are not used to that.
Pretty.
After that, we headed to Capitol Reef's most famous viewpoints to check them out. Here are some of my photos of Panorama Point. It was genuinely one of my favorite spots to take photos. It's so colorful in this park. What made me fall in love with Capitol Reef is not only the fact that it's pretty serene because there's basically nobody ever in this park because it's way less visited than the others, but also the drastic colors. In Arches and Canyonlands, you just don't see colors like this. They have different reasons that make them good. After that, we hiked over to check out the goosenecks. Not to be confused with the Gooseneck State Park, which is also in Utah, by the way. This place was an awesome river canyon that was carved over millions of years. It truly was a lot deeper than you think, and the river was frozen, so it made it extra cool. After that, we took the short half-mile trail to Sunset Point, which is, as the name suggests, the most popular place to visit for sunset. Next, we headed to the Capitol Reef Visitor Center to get some information. This one was a bit smaller than the others and didn't have as much, but it had a few exhibits that were very nice, and also some very informative rangers. After leaving the visitor center, we encountered a mama deer and its 2 babies. Although, the closer we got to the mother, the more we noticed it didn't really care we were there. Now, I've heard of wild deer approaching people out of curiosity, but I've never been able to get so close to such a nonchalant deer to be able to pet it. Just make sure not to feed these guys, or else they'll keep coming back. After enjoying our time with that lovely deer, we headed to the Grand Wash Road. the Grand Wash Trail at the end of the trailhead, and we are surrounded by a very, very cool canyon. It looks like it narrows quite a bit. And we're going to head to Cassidy Arch. You can get to it from this trailhead. If you have 4x4, honestly, you could do it in a sedan. I see some sedans here. I would recommend doing this trail. It is very beautiful and short. You can do it in 5-10 minutes, even if you're stopping frequently. And so far, our experience in this park has actually been a lot better than most people say. This is usually on the lower end of favorites for people's parks. What I like about it is how secluded it feels, and also the wildlife, because of the fact that there's less people here. It really helps quite a bit. Anyway, we're gonna get hiking on the trail to Cassidy Arch, and then we're gonna head to Hickman Bridge. Here's Cassidy Arch Trail, 1.5 miles.
The Cassidy Arch Trail is about 1.5 miles out and back. The total elevation gain is about 400 feet. This was my favorite trail of the trip so far. It would soon be dwarfed by Zion because it's Zion, but Capitol Reef really is underrated. It has really striking colors and some great hikes. What's unique about Cassidy Arch in comparison to some of the other arches in Utah is that you can actually walk on this one. I wish that we had planned more time out to visit this park for longer because it really is severely underrated. I want to come back and see much more of this place.
That was fun. I like that. Yeah. Cassidy Arch is now finished. Great hike, very fun, 10 out of 10. Do you know it's a bit steep and that is kind of annoying on the way down. Allocate about 2 hours for that hike. And yeah, we're heading out of Capitol Reef. You want from me, bro? Bro, what's up, bro? Hey, you're so sweet. Hey, you're so sweet. Let me pet you. You are a wild animal. What is wrong with you? You're like a dog. Why do you keep sniffing my hand? Do you smell the Snyders? Oh yeah, you smell the Snyders? Bro, what?
Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. In part 3, we will visit the final 2 destinations of our Utah trip, Bryce Canyon and Zion National Park, where we walk amongst massive hoodoos, hike the outstanding Angel's Landing Trail, and make some awesome friends, and much more. See you in the next one.